What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video today. This is, I'm pretty sure part 8, or not. Yeah, this is part 8, if I remember correctly. If not, I do apologize. I'm too tired today from going to school, obviously. But, today we have another update. I finally got the new cards in, so thought we'd do a full-on deck profile. I'm pretty sure I did one in the last one. I did, like, an update, but we got some new things to discuss about. Also, some side deck text I'm going to explain and things like that. So starting off with the starters, nothing has changed. We have the 1, Pot of Prosperity, 2, Stone Sweeper, 3, Resonator Call, 3, Soul, 2, Gaia, 3, Bone, 1, Foolish, 3, Void Apocalypse. These are just placeholders for the 3rd Sweeper and the other 2 Prosperity, because Prosp is going up because of the new set that came out, Legacy of Destruction, which I might be trying to get my hands on some of the cards in there, because there actually are some cards that might be worth playing in the deck. For non-engine, I'm on 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Effect Veiler, and 3 Ghost Mourner. This is my new hand trap lineup. Finally got these now, so I thought I'd play them. Funny thing is, I got the Primal Being token. I've had this for years, and I've never had the nibs to go with it. So if I can just Nibiru and just give him the Primal Being token. I got the OG for the memes. Be like, yeah, I activate the rock. Here's your new token. Yeah, it's just gonna be so funny. This is before locals, because obviously today is Thursday when I'm recording this. This might not be out till tomorrow or potentially later on today. We'll see. But this is the hand trap lineup I am currently running. I'm just gonna move these over to the bit to make room for the rest of the deck. I've got one. We're still on the Catalyzer to play through Nibiru, the Yivulup, the 3 Crimson. Of course, I'm gonna probably always play at least 2, but I see a lot of people going down to 1 now, because, like, I mean, I guess, but if Cash hit the top 3, hit your Crimson, you're done. So you gotta play at least 2. I'm playing 3, of course. And then the 2 Vision, 1 Synchron, and then the 1 Fiendish Golem, the 1 Red Zone. This is the deck list. 40 cards in total. It's still clean 40. Debating on playing the new Centurion support goes really well with this deck, especially with the new level 12 Synchro. But currently right now, I'm liking Pure still, with obviously like the Stone Sweepers. Pure got crazier and all that stuff. Moving on to the extra deck. 3 Red Rising Dragon, 2 Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Scarred, 1 Scarlight, Q-Belt, Void Ogre, Dark End Dragon. This is actually a new one that I threw in. Funny couple suggestions, and watching deck profiles play this card, and thought I'd try it out myself. It actually does come up once in a while. Double Abyss. Currently, the second one is a placeholder for. There's another card I'm considering. And then we have the Bane. Dispatter, which went up like crazy. I checked the prices for Dispatter in like my area. $100 for Dispatter. It's insane. This card just keeps on going up and then down and then up and then down. Mainly because of the new like Centurion support, and like all the with like dragons coming back up a bit with Tempai now out. That's why this thing's going up like crazy. So, and then the Supernova. But yeah, I want to play this. I want to try the Centurion build, but because I've seen people already craft teching like the Centurion deck. But the problem with that is it's good, helps you play through hand traps better. I mean, Pure does. You guys seen my combos and like the combos I learned. But the problem with the Centurion build is the stuff is easier to get interrupted. Like they got Imperm. Sure, they have negates, but with the way people are playing with all the hand traps, it's easy to stop it. And King Calamity doesn't do a whole lot, really. There's ways to play around it. Side deck. I'm gonna move it closer so you guys can see it. 3 evenly matched. We're still playing our back row removal, so 2 Cosmic and the Eccentric. 3 Dark Ruler for those decks that lose to it. We still are on the Bestial, so the Magnemite and 2 Baldric. I'm on the double Ghost Ogre to side in for those other pesky decks. And I'm on the Wild Wind to play through Shifter. So, moving in forward, I'm going to explain some side deck text based off of the list. So for going second, cards I like to side out are the Red Zone, sometimes the Catalyzer, because if you're going second, you're not too worried about Nibiru, because when I go second, I don't do my big crazy boards depending on the matchup, because I try to set up a Scarlight to like blow up the field or waste a negate, and then get into my plays afterwards. That's like the going second play. So I don't think Catalyzer is not... It's not bad. Like, I'm still obviously going to play this. This is my way to play through Nib, because obviously, like, Nib is crazy right now. And, but, like, it's not the best for going second all the time, because they can just hand trap you and stop your engine anyway. One thing I would recommend siding out, if you are trying to play the same deck as me, side Mourners out when you're versing against Shifter decks, because they don't special summon. Oh, sorry, I'm getting pop-ups. Most of the time they normal summon a lot, so Mourner is useless, and that's why I'm siding the Ghost Ogres, because if you're playing Flu, you can side these 3 out and side these 3 in for Flu matchups. Because Ogre can pop things like the Field Spell and they activate the effect to normal. Or, like, if they, like, have the Quick Place, like the Continuous Spell, you can pop it. And then, obviously, you need this for Shifter. So, this is just the Theory Craft lineup I've been working on for Fluwanderies, because that's one of the decks I hate the most, not counting the Snake Eyes. I'm trying to tech new options for the new support for Snake Eyes. But, yeah, guaranteed side this out, and you'd side this in if you were playing against Flu and you're playing the same build as me. Obviously, everyone's playing their own build, but this is just my build preference when you're playing against Flu. If you're playing against back row heavy matchups instead, if you want to side, you can side out the Mourners and side in the back row removal. It's completely up to you for that lineup, but I always side these out against decks that don't special summon. And then, like, you can side out the Prosp if you want, because going second, you're optimizing drawing 6 and you're trying to OTK or like break the board, so this isn't the best. But there are times when I side this out and then regret siding this out, so I'm debating on if I want to find a way for this deck. I might go above 40, but at the same time, if I go above 40, I just don't know what I'll just end up bricking too much. But these are the 3 I usually side out. And then going second, Void Apocalypse isn't that good, because it discards for cost, and it's just an easy ash bait. It's situational. So usually I'd side out these 2, these, and then I'd side out 1 or 2 Crimson, because you don't always want to open multiple. So I'd side these 7 out, assuming I didn't side out the Mourner, so let me just pretend, put those back in the deck. And then I'll side in, obviously, the back row removal. Most likely it'll just be the back... Against Snake Eyes, we're assuming this is Snake Eyes, by the way. We'd side out these 7. Let me just move them a bit so you can see them better without the glare. I'm just going to push this back a little bit. There you go. Side out these 7 here. Side in the back row removal. The Bestials, because they are good against Snake Eyes, hitting the IP, and they're just great at pushing out Scarlight. And then probably the 7th card would be like, because I took out Skullmeister from the side decks, it was just like a 1-of brick, and I put the Ghost Ogres in. So if you want, you can side in just 6 maybe, and just leave like the Prosp in the main deck, and just side in these 6. That's probably what I would do, considering I'm not siding in Wild, I'm not siding Skullmeister right now. It is good, this format, but it's just took up an extra slot in the side deck, and I wanted to find a way to play the Ogres for the those kind of matchups. So yeah, this would probably be it. And let's do a quick test hand just so that I can show you guys some plays. Let's see what I can draw. So I'll just put it here. Doesn't really matter too much, I guess. Just gonna do a quick little shuffle. One thing I always do is I like to do a power cut, pretty much, where I like cut it in 4s and then do like the diagonal line up, and then I'll just do an extra like cut for the safety. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at the thing while okay. There is one thing though. Playing so many hand traps causes you to brick on hand traps. But let's say we were going second for Snake Eyes. They go add the Diabell Star, they summon it, assuming we interrupt them, or we just nib them. This hand is broken for Snake Eyes, assuming the 6th card is something like Void Apocalypse top deck. Great. Let's say we went second, we hand trapped our opponent, that we nibbed them, and we're gonna try to OTK them. Sure. So we start with the Void Apocalypse, use the effect discarding the Bone to dump the Vision, of course. Vision, of course, adds the Crimson Gaia. We can then activate the Crimson Gaia and use the effect to search. We, of course, search the Soul Resonator. Normal summon Soul, we can attempt to use the effect to like bait out an Ash because we have Bone Engrave already and we have the other target in hand. So let's say it does resolve. We can add the Crimson. Now we'll leave Crimson in the deck. Or do we want to add the Crimson? No, we add the UV Loop. Yeah, we'll add the UV Loop. We'll play it like this. Let's assume, because we're assuming we did do the Nibiru, so we have to activate Bone Archfiend effect to send the Nibiru. Because if we keep the Nib on the field, this is why it conflicts with Crimson. Crimson effect only works if the only other monster on the field is a Dark Dragon Synchro, so having Nib on the field just stops that. That's why I was debating on not playing this card. But it's a free send for Bone. That's also why I like the Void Apocalypse, because you can just send it to summon Bone. It's pretty much, it's a 1-card free Bone Archfiend on the field. So yeah. And then Bone, target Soul, of course, dump the Crimson Resonator. You guys know pretty much the basic combos from here. We synchro these two. Red Rising, bring back the Crimson. Crimson effect summon the 2 from the deck. Almost grabbed the extra deck. We, of course, want to summon out the Vision and the Synchron Resonator. It's kind of glary right now because it's freaking sunny out. We, of course, synchro these two to make the Scarred Dragon Archfiend. Or, there's something else we can just do. Assuming we went second, if we didn't nib them, we'd go for the Scarlight play. And then use Scarlight's effect to try to blow up the field, deal some... Sure, it would blow up our own monsters, but it just depends on the scenario. But, yeah, we'll go... You were probably better off going for Scarred. And then we'd go Vision effect to add the Red Zone to play around Nib. UV Loop helps us play around Nib as well. So this is, of course, assuming we didn't get nibbed. If we got nibbed, we would just go UV Loop, banish to summon, and then play from there. There's ways. We synchro these two. Of course, make the Abyss. The only reason why I'm still playing 2 Abyss, I could replace it with like something else, is because of Kashtira, because I do verse Cash at our locals. And if they hit my only Abyss, I can't really play. And then, of course, Chainlink 1, 2, add back Vision, summon Red Dragon Archfiend. And then we synchro these two. Normally we'd go Bane, but with this line, we can go Dispatter, because we have UV Loop in hand. UV Loop effects. Banish Red Dragon Archfiend to summon. And then we have Vision in hand, so we can special the Vision. Special summon back the Red Dragon Archfiend with a Dispatter. And then synchro these two to make Bane. Bane tribute UV Loop, summon back the Scarred. And then we just OTK from there, assuming if they, of course, we say we Nibiru'd them. Let's say they had a big token. We can attack with Red Dragon Archfiend, and it would destroy the token. And we have 3 big guys on the field, just OTK. Of course, assuming they didn't have that, and let's assume we got Nibirued in the end. Like, let's say like we got nibbed in the end of the main phase, because so like they tribute off everything, and we'd get the token. Still in the main phase, UV Loop could then banish like the Abyss to add it to hand, set the red zone, and we have Abyss on. We summon it back on a opponent's turn. We have an Abyss. We'd get our Scarred back when something got destroyed, and that would make a live pop on the red zone. So we're never punished. And then on the next turn, turn 3, because if that is enough, we can then UV Loop, banish the Dispatter to summon red zone, summon back the Dispatter. It's just game. It just depends on the scenario, obviously, with this kind of setup. But yeah, that's pretty much it, going second hand. Because if we went first with that scuffed hand, we'd probably end on just Abyss. Maybe plus red zone, but it doesn't always work out. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. I was going to stream today, but I am currently going to... I got plans today, unfortunately, so I will probably try to stream Sunday when I get back. Unless I don't go this weekend, I will let you guys know. But, yeah, see y'all next time. Peace out.